There are three things happening right now that could change everything for Bitcoin and really the entire cryptocurrency market. We have calls from top bankers to put a ban in on short selling of banks. Okay, to a debt crisis of unbelievable proportions playing out right now, to the fight against the SEC picking up steam big time with a massive new player putting their weight behind Coinbase. But first, just so we realize how just dumb and ridiculous the cryptocurrency markets can be sometimes, Elon Musk tweeted out a picture of an anime creature, person, girl thing, whatever, called Miladies. In response to that tweet, the meme coin called Ladies went up 12,000%, and an NFT collection by the same name went up 100%. This is what we're up against, guys. I love it, and I also just sigh deeply when I see it. Keep it classy, crypto. Keep it classy. Now, on to the serious news. There are three things which could change everything for markets right now. And the third one, I think, is definitely the most important for the crypto really specific context, so make sure to watch that one as well. The first is that JP Morgan, they are pissed off right now that people are short selling the banks. In fact, Jamie Dimon is out there calling for a ban on short selling of bank stocks. Such a coincidence that JP Morgan is calling for a ban on shorting bank stocks just a few days after they went super long on a bunch of regional bank stocks. Probably just a coincidence. The jokes write themselves, guys. Reality is often the best comedy. And with banking stocks looking like they want to just have a big old fat puke, there's a call, of course, to stop those short sellers. It's not so shocking, right? This is a reminder, stock markets are massively manipulated. When things aren't going in the way of the big banks and the big funds and stuff like that, they just stop the markets. Oh, and the last time that the SEC put a temporary ban on shorting banks was September 2008, just the days before the S&P 500 started its plunge that went down 40% more. Yikes. The question I have is, will a short sale ban be kind of like the final nail in the coffin before a massive drop like it was in 2008? Or is there just going to distort markets enough for a massive pump to take place? Maybe the new money paradigm is here and this kind of stuff doesn't really matter that much anymore. Either way it goes, Bitcoin's fate's probably going to be tied to it. The second and same factor we need to discuss is the US interest payments on their incredible, unbelievable, insane $32 trillion in debt. Because something wild just happened with this. Look at this chart right here. It's probably one of the most devastating charts for the USA that I can imagine. You see the blue line on the chart is the war spending, right? The military budget. The red line is the interest payments on the US debt. Both are a little over $900 billion. They're essentially equal right now, but it looks like the interest payments could be just edging out the military spending. The USA takes in $4.9 trillion a year in tax revenue. They already spend $6.3 trillion a year, giving $1.4 trillion deficit hole in the US budget, 2022 numbers. This soaring interest on US debt will increase the annual deficit by hundreds of billions of dollars. And unless there is some kind of huge increase in military spending, not out of the question for the USA, then the interest payments on the debt will be the number one line item on the US budget for a very long time. And as Mark Moss points out in this tweet, 30% of US debt is going to need to be refinanced over the next 12 months. And it's going to be refinanced at higher interest rates, meaning that more of your tax dollars and the money borrowed to fill in the holes in the budget is going to go to this insane debt. That number is going to balloon even more. The USA is about to owe over $1 trillion a year in interest on the debt, just interest. They're not paying down the principal. Think about how crushing that is. It's not going to education. It's not going to roads. It's not going to anything important. You're not even getting rid of that $32 trillion of debt. You're just making it worse. You're borrowing more money to pay the interest on the already existing debt. It's disgusting. It's beyond disgusting. It's criminal at this point. I can't see it any other way. What about you? What do you think? Do you really see any way out of this debt insanity without massive and insane money printing? Like, seriously, tell me in the comment section. How do they really get out of this? Also, this is going to put so much more pressure on the Federal Reserve, of course, to cut those interest rates fast and hard so that debt is not refinanced at higher interest rates, which puts even more strain on the budget. Look, the only way America can exist with so much debt, 32 trillion, with a T, 32 trillion, is by having interest rates at zero or near zero. And to be clear, lower interest rates are good for a risk-on environment, as is more money printing, both of which are probably going to be needed to address this debt problem and kick the can down the road some more, right? It's probably the only way they're going to make the debt payments. Plus, remember that the Fed might need to print $7 trillion just to fix the banking crisis that they're currently in, at least that's according to some estimates, in a risk-on environment, an environment where we have massive money printing, and the money printing is going to be massive. It's going to be bigger than ever before. And when they have to bring low rates back in, potentially zero rates become the norm, then Bitcoin and crypto, they're all cleared for takeoff, baby. I just wonder how much more pain is needed before all of this actually starts playing out. Now, before we discuss the third factor, if you are a cryptocurrency trader, you gotta get yourself an account over on BYBIT. It is the best place for trading futures contracts. They also have an excellent spot altcoin market, super popular copy trading services, and as an exclusive bonus for you, when you use the link down below to start your account, then you will be able to get up to $30,000 in deposit bonuses. And for a limited time, BYBIT is also giving away a free $1,000 BTC USDT trading position to new users who sign up using that link down below. So check it out if you are a trader. Now let's discuss the third factor. You see, the US Chamber of Commerce, kind of a big deal, right? They have just filed a brief in support of Coinbase against the SEC. This is big stuff, guys. This is a massively influential organization. Their main points of contention are as follows. One, they say the SEC's actions are not just harmful, that they're also unlawful. They assert that the SEC is actually violating constitutionally protected due process and fair notice. Two, they declare the SEC is destabilizing the digital asset regulatory environment in the USA. I mean, come on, that's damn true, right? And three, they said that regulatory uncertainty is killing innovation in the USA. Again, also completely damn true. This is basically the biggest and the most influential business organization in the USA, standing up for the cryptocurrency industry and backing the cryptocurrency industry's biggest player, Coinbase. That's the kind of support we need. These are the kind of players we need to come and stand up for crypto. The SEC right now is waging basically what is an illegal war against the cryptocurrency industry. The only hope for crypto not to be obliterated in the USA is for companies like Coinbase, companies like Ripple to stand up and to fight, to spend those hundreds of millions of dollars, the years in court fighting this stuff. It's insane to think right now that these geriatric political prostitutes in power could ruin an entire industry for the coming generations. These 80-year-old corrupt criminal stooges for the banking cartels are more than happy to sell out your future and to crush your chances for monetary freedom. But then they don't really want you to be free, do they? They want you to be enslaved to the CBDC nightmare system they're planning up for you. And of course, they want to stifle one of the most important industries of the century, something that would create lots of tax revenue to help pay down all that debt. Thought America was supposed to be land of the free. Man, the politicians sure do like banning stuff for a place that's supposed to be all about freedom, baby. Anyway, what is the big impact here for Bitcoin in the cryptocurrency industry more broadly? Well, if Coinbase wins its case against the SEC, it would be big. It would set critical legal precedent. The SEC, they're not going to regulate crypto. In fact, they've refused to regulate crypto. And instead of regulating crypto, they just sue everybody and try and collect huge fines by intimidating them. And players like Coinbase are done with that. They're standing up to this bully. The SEC does not protect investors, they hurt investors. Coinbase and every other company fighting the SEC is fighting for the future of the industry, and I salute them for that, and I hope they damn well win. Okay, that's it. Subscribe now. I'll see you next time.